What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe Notice off DFS here to bring you a quick slate breakdown for the 3-game NBA slate we got today. Had some time. Wife left the house, and I was like, you know what? I could do a quick breakdown real quick. It's only 3 games. I got y'all. Let me go ahead, hop on the computer, and check it out. Wasn't, of course, going to play the slate. It's a Super Bowl Sunday. Was just chilling and relaxing. But you know what? I actually like the games on today, which is really kind of weird and crazy, just because one, it is going to be a chalky slate. It's a 3-game slate, but it's kind of concentrated where we're going to be looking at, especially as injury news and stuff continues to shake out and depending on how everything goes. So real quick, if you guys new here, make sure you guys go ahead and hit the subscribe button for the channel. Continue to support your boy. It means a lot to me. And drop a like on this video if you enjoy this content, or if you guys are making some money from the information I'm giving out. Now, I know everyone's going to be focused on NFL, but that's later on today. We got 3 early games, 1 p.m. and 2 of them that are at 2. So there's some money that we can actually make on today's early NBA slate, and then we can roll that over into our NFL for tonight. If you're playing Showdown, good luck to you. I am not. I'm going to actually enjoy it, but if you're playing on DraftKings or FanDuel, the person I got for MVP up at the top, that for me will be Saquon Barkley. I'm very sure he's going to be highly owned. If you want to go contrarian and go something different, you can go 2 routes, which one of them, he'll be more popular. I do believe that, of course, Travis Kelce, you can't go wrong with that. He typically shows up on the big stage, things of that nature. Philly has a difficult time actually defending the tight end position. As you can see last week, Zach Ertz being able to go off. So that's a good spot for you right there to get off the Saquon Barkley chalk. And then second one, which I don't think people will be too highly on, but that'll be Devontae Smith, who has actually torched the Kansas City Chiefs every single time he has played them over the last several seasons. And also last year's Super Bowl went off, I want to say he had over 100 yards, been like 7 or 8 receptions, definitely big. And if he can punch one into the end zone, get a touchdown, that'd be even bigger for his score. So definitely one way that you can get a little different right there. Of course, a chalky contrarian, and then a very much contrarian play that I don't believe anyone will actually be on right there for you. Of course, both mobile quarterbacks, they definitely do a lot. You could try to shove the quarterbacks in there into the MVP spot or the captain spot, but I think just putting them into the regular line is going to be more than enough. And then you just got to find your diamond in the rough, that little sprinkle. Samaje Pierce might be someone that you might look to for that right there as your diamond in the rough over there. But enough NFL talk and whatnot. Let's go ahead, get into the quick injury report right here, because this is going to be probably one of the quicker videos I have ever done over here on this channel. 3 games. If I can still talk for 20 to 30 minutes, then damn, that's crazy. Charlotte taking on Detroit. We just got news that, well, no, not actually for this game. Well, news last night, technically, that Mark Williams is coming back. Dawson Connect, he got there to Charlotte, and they was like, hey, Mark ain't meet the requirements, so we're going to send you right back. So that trade is voided, and the Lakers still need a center. They stuck with Jackson Hayes. From what we thought that the Lakers were going to look really good with in regards to getting Mark Williams there, lob threat for Luka, great play to actually match it up with, really sucks for the Lakers. I have no clue what went wrong with his physical, which really kind of sucks, because I could have sworn that he was healthy. The Hornets were really just holding him out just as like injury precaution, just from the time that he has been injured and things like that. I really didn't think that he was hurt that bad, but really does suck. Either way, DBT, he did just sign a 3-year contract with them, so they might still be trying to move Mark Williams in the offseason. Maybe there might really be something wrong with his health. Who knows right there. Nurk, game time decision, possibly he might make his debut today. We won't find that out until later on. But the big thing over here for the starting lineup, Josh Green is going to be out, so we might get Jeffries in the starting lineup. No telling right there. Nick Smith is currently a game time decision, but we will have that news before tip and lock. Over here on the Detroit side, Cade Cunningham expected to actually play today. He missed last game, and we finally got the Asar Thompson at the starting point guard position over there. Both Thompson brothers, they can run the point. It's amazing I see that. But also on top of that, for Detroit, Dennis Schroeder and Lindy Waters are both available to make their debuts today for the Detroit Pistons. Great game to actually make a debut going up against the Charlotte Hornets, who play fast and play little to no defense. That's pretty cool right there for them. On the Toronto Raptors taking on Houston Rockets, RJ Barrett still out with that concussion. BI not ready to make his debut. Jakopoto, he's still dealing with the hip injury. PJ Tucker, I want to say he's getting bought out, and he is not playing for them at all. Big thing over here for them, Mogbo will start at the center spot. We saw that last time going up against the Thunder. Great value play right there. Ochai Agbaji starting at the small forward spot for RJ Barrett. That's another good value play right there. Grady Dick gonna get all the shots that he wants, and quickly looks like his minutes limit might actually be up, because he played about 28 minutes going up against my Thunder. On the Houston Rockets side, word just came out, Tari Eason expected, he is going to be out today because they do not like to play him on back-to-backs. They still are managing his injury concerns and things like that. And Big Steven is going to be out as well. So definitely, and Cody Zeller is out. So Shane Goat might log some pretty heavy minutes over here at the center spot. Definitely a good matchup for him going up against the Toronto Raptors. So this should be really interesting and good for us over here. Dylan Brooks probably will slide down to that power forward spot. Definitely, hopefully we get the starting lineup over here. They might start Aaron Holiday. They might, or we might get Reed Shepard actually put into the starting lineup because we did see last time that Tari Eason was out. Yes, they started Holiday, but Reed Shepard ended up logging a ton of minutes in that game. And last but not least, we got Philly taking on Milwaukee. I highly doubt Embiid plays just with the fact of how close this spread is. It's a 1.5 point spread. I don't think that Embiid plays in this game. Game time decision. You already got Drummond back. You can actually just go ahead and start Drummond. You don't have to go ahead and play Embiid here in the spot. And as a matter of fact, I had to go ahead and look and see if Philly's on the front end of a back-to-back or anything, just to see if we can get some clarification on whether or not if Embiid truly will play. But they're not on a back-to-back and they're not on the front end of a back-to-back. So I mean, he could play, but I don't think he's going to play today. And Yabusele, he's expected to go ahead and play. Paul George, Kelly Oubre, Tyrese Maxey. Then on the Milwaukee Bucks side, we already got word that Giannis is going to be out today. So Bobby Portis will be thrust right back into the starting lineup. And Bobby has been crushing while he's been out there. Good matchup for him going up against Philly. Not worried about that right there. Torian Prince, Andre Jackson, and then Damian Lillard rounds that out. Head on over to DraftKings, the site I play the most on the site. If you guys don't got an account and you want one, check the link down in the description box below so you guys can get that deposit match bonus and join your boy over here on the King. So looking at it, like I said, this is a great slate to me. This is only 25K up top, 100K fadeaway. But of course, you know, your boy's going to play his single entry stuff just because it is 3 games. The ownership is going to be high. And this is one of those right here where this is straight up, this is risky. Of course, the 5, 6, and sometimes the 7 game slates, those are the perfect slates really inside those single entry contracts. And this right here, truly, that one play that you play different from everyone else really is the game changer and the difference maker for you for this. Starting out on the Charlotte Hornets side, LaMelo Ball came back from injury, went out there and he played 36 minutes. Honestly thought he was going to be limited, but was not against the Spurs. Good matchup for him going up against Detroit. 46 fantasy points last time out. Definitely don't mind going ahead and getting up there to him. That'd be great. Between him and Miles Bridges, as you guys know, I do like to attack the power forward position going up against Detroit. That's been a weak spot. I kind of actually prioritize Miles Bridges because I would rather get up to Cade on the other side instead of playing Melo. Great spot for Cade. We know if he's good to go, going to actually play his full allotment of minutes. Scoring wise, should be great out there for him. The assists, playmaking between him and Duren out there, that should be pretty well as well. So I really would rather just get to Cade instead of LaMelo. And on the other side over here on the Charlotte Hornets, I rather would play Miles Bridges because he has the better matchup at the power forward spot for me. Nick Smith, good spot, good value, 4,900. Let you get one of the guards. He's going to be out there. Definitely can play, make, and do other things out there as well. Diabite, 4,600. If Nurk gets ruled out, then Diabite should go out there and play 30 plus minutes. Mark Williams is not back with the team yet. So Diabite, I like the spot for him coming off a back-to-back 30 fantasy point games going up against the Spurs. I talked about it on stream. Was like kind of going to have to look to him because the Spurs, even with Wemby out there, they kind of do give it up to the opposing center. And Diabite, he's no different going up against Jalen Duren. Don't mind it. I think Duren is probably a little bit bigger than Diabite, but still a great fantasy point per minute producer. Do like his upside and don't mind going to him today. If they start Jeffries at the small forward spot, that's going to be one of your value plays right there. Play 30 minutes and come out for 29 minutes in the game prior. 20 and 22 fantasy points. Makes for a decent value at 3,800, but I will say the value of value today is in the later games, and we'll get to that in a second, where it's just kind of going to be a no-brainer that we're more than likely going to be going there and playing that. Elf, he only played 6 minutes, 3 fantasy points. Not really going to look there or worry about that. Come down there. Really, for me, it's going to be LaMelo, Miles Bridges, Diabite, Nick Smith. Those will be the main ones. And then if you want to play Jeffries, but again, there's a better play in the later game that we are definitely just is going to be 100% owned. And if I got to prioritize, it's going to be Miles Bridges would be the main one I want to get from Charlotte. On the Detroit side of things, I already talked about Cade. Not even going to go there, but Jalen Duren, 6,300. Great spot for him to be able to go out here and show out. Made me eat my words a little bit versus Philly. He did get in foul trouble. As you can see, he picked up 6 fouls, but homie was on one. 13 rebounds, 7 assists, 13 points, 1 steal, and 20 minutes. If he didn't get these peripheral stats, I would have been right on course in regards to him getting himself into foul trouble going up against Embiid and Philly out there. But Durant's looking pretty good. Great matchup for him. Again, like the spot for him. Definitely if you can get there. I like that as well for the 1-2 punch between him and Cade. Makes for a really great early stack. And I don't mind going there. Asor, even with Cade being out, didn't break the 30-minute mark, but still was able to go out there and put up a great fantasy point per minute production. If Cade was to miss again, they start him at the point, I definitely would go right back there. But I'm not really going to kind of prioritize that today, just because I think him with Dennis Cordier actually being able to play Lindy Waters, not too sure in regards to rotation with between Beasley, Amen, Tim Hardaway Jr., and all those guys. For me, the secure plays over here would be Cade, Duran, and a sprinkle of Tobias Harris would be primarily where I would focus to over there with that. Everyone else over here, all GPP options, not really going to prioritize or focus or enforce anyone else over there. Toronto Raptors taking on Houston. I will say, of course, with all these plays being out, we're seeing decent minutes for Quickly. He just needs to give us a little bit more. Give us some more in the scoring department. That'll really be helpful. I do like his points today as a possible prop. 10 to 15 points is where I could see it at. 24 fantasy points in 28 minutes, was able to really dish the rock and get a lot of assists going up against Thunder last time out. 5,600, his upside is definitely there, and I don't mind going there. But I will say Scotty Barnes, 9,200, taking a ton of shots. We know he can stuff the stat sheet, playing some pretty good defense. 46 fantasy points versus the Thunder. That's really great for him. At 9,200, I definitely wouldn't mind getting there to him if I had to choose. And then Grady Dick, 4,300, seeing want him to take more shots than this right here going up against Thunder, but tough defense. But definitely the 17 points, that is very, that's good for him in the regards. I don't mind, especially if you can draw that great Jalen Green defense. Might be able to get up a good chunk of shots. Has actually played the Rockets pretty decently when he's gone against them, and I do actually like him for the value at that 4,300 price tag. That's really great. And if you're looking for another value piece, I would say Mogbo right here at the center spot. Really not having to fight with too many other centers out here for the minutes. Great value at 3,900, 24 fantasy points in 28 minutes versus the Thunder. Should be able to go ahead and do that again versus a Houston Rockets team on the back end of a back-to-back. I don't mind going there to him. And then, of course, Ochai Bazi, 3,500 for him, going to be out there and playing a ton of minutes. If he actually can get a shot to fall, he does enough on the peripheral sides of things that 3,500, he should be able to pay that off, especially. So I don't mind actually getting there. Everyone else, you can consider Shaheed and Bouchard as possible plays, but it would mainly just be the main guys in the starting lineup. Scotty Barnes, Quick, Dick, and Mogbo would be really where I look to, with Mogbo and Dick being really great value that you can get to today. On the Houston Rockets side, with Tari Easton being ruled out, I already talked about it, but Reed Shepherd and Cam Whitmore, both these guys will be in considerations for me. Last time that Tari missed, 28 minutes was what Reed Shepherd logged in that back end of the back-to-back. Hopefully he can do that again here. That's why I say he makes for a good GPP option in a piece because 34.25 fantasy points in 28 minutes. Great game, great matchup going up against Toronto Raptors. Wouldn't mind that if they are really going to give him those minutes. I really could see myself getting there for him. Cam Whitmore, another one we know he's pretty much playing right around 20-ish minutes now. Looks pretty good. Don't mind getting there to him as well. Outside of that, main players, of course, Şengün, Amen Thompson, Jalen Green, all three of these guys, great spot. Don't mind that they're on the back-to-back. Young legs, can go to all of them. I will say out of all three of them, Şengün will be more of my favorite play for them just because the center spot, the center matchup should be great for him. He's coming off of 46 fantasy points last night in 38 minutes versus Dallas. And then that game was an early day game, so definitely enough time to get some rest for him. Versus Minnesota, Rudy Gobert, 44 fantasy points in 33 minutes. Looking like he's back to his somewhat consistent ways. And then definitely with Steve-O being out, really at the center position, all you got is Jock Landale and what's his name? Jeff Green to come in and try to get those backup minutes. And I'm not gonna worry about too much about Jock Landale being out there. If you want to take that as a GP option, go ahead. But I will say I feel pretty secure in Şengün and what he should be able to go out there and do in this matchup. All right, last game, Philly taking on Milwaukee. Again, if you guys haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to you, boy, and drop a like on the video. Definitely does quite a bit for the algorithm for you, boy, to get out there to more people. Over here on Philly, Embiid misses. We know what we're going to. Tyrese Maxey, 9,700. Good matchup. Shooters versus the Bucks. It's consistent. Ladder up his threes. You know he's going to take a ton. 4 threes in his last game. 3, 3, 5, 6. Definitely will ladder it up. Take the baseline where it's at plus money. and then go up to the next one, next one. 4 would typically be my max in regards to how I would go for the ladder. That's what I would take. Good spot for him versus the Bucks. I'm telling you, great spot. Do not mind that, especially if Embiid misses. You know he's going to be chucking up a ton of shots out there for him. 9,700. Love it. I really don't mind it. Definitely is the pivot off of the Cade and the LaMelo Ball in the earlier games. If you're going to go ahead and get a max, he goes out here and has a ceiling game, gives us 50, maybe even 60 fantasy points. That'll really put you over the top for you out here. Paul George, more of a GPP option just because he's been very, very just, I don't even want to fucking talk about it. Just horrible. Kelly Oubre Jr., I would much rather go and play him just because he has been more consistent. No Embiid, definitely a couple more shots for him out there as well. And playing on both ends of the ball, playing some pretty good defense. And as we can see, getting him some pretty decent rebounds and things of that nature. So really do like the upside and everything for him right there. And then Yabusele, if he's in, no Embiid, might actually start at the center spot. Wouldn't mind it. Of course, you can definitely play him. Really great fantasy point per minute productor and upside. So I definitely could see that right there as another play. Outside of that, if Embiid does get ruled out and they do start Yabusele, then of course Edwards, he should be in the starting lineup. Edwards and Ricky Council been pretty much DFS darlings you can go to right there, but Embiid would have to miss really for me to want to focus on either one of those guys. Dame, Dalla, of course, Dame, like that's what I'm saying. The 1-2 punches you can get from the later game, going with Dame and Maxey, because this game really does have fantasy goodness just written all over it. I like the upside for both these guys over here in the spot for him. And then of course Bobby Portis, he's gonna be, if he's not 100% owned, then what are you doing? Like that's just that back-to-back 60-point fantasy point games. Just how do you not roster that? No Giannis, he's out there taking for the double. Matter of fact, you can take Dame and Giannis. Dame and Bobby for a double today. I actually like the upside for that right there. If I was running a quick double play just right off the rip, I wouldn't mind taking Cade for a double for his assists and points, of course. Jalen Duren double, rebounds and points right there. In the Houston Rocket game, Toronto, maybe you can mess with Şengün for double, maybe. Not 100% sure, but Bobby Portis and Damian Lillard, I take them for a double. Run those 4 right there. I really do like the upside for that. Outside of Dame and Bobby being like the most, of course, plays, I don't know what the fuck happened over here on DraftKings, but Kyle Kuzma, 3,800. They played him in the first game. Homie played 24 minutes and went out there and dropped 22.75 fantasy points. He will be, if not over 75% owned, which he should, because it's just like somebody fell asleep at the wheel. How the hell does he go from 6,100 and drops to 38? That is just, you fucked up. Play Kyle Kuzma. Like I don't normally endorse playing Kyle Kuzma just because it's Kyle Kuzma, but play Kyle Kuzma. He's gonna play. He's gonna play minutes. Just go ahead and play him. If he doesn't pay off that 30, if you can find a way to get different from not playing Kyle Kuzma, go ahead, get different. Don't play Kyle. Like if you can find a way, but I guarantee you the dude's gonna be like that. That might be the difference maker. Don't play Kyle Kuzma, and then maybe you can find someone else out here. Let's see. Kyle is sitting down there at that 3,800 price tag. You don't play Kyle Kuzma, maybe Jeffrey goes out here and he scores more than what Kuzma goes out there and does, and that could be a difference maker. Or Tim Hardaway Jr. I know different position, but that right there. Reed Shepherd might be the one that you go with over playing Kyle Kuzma or something like that. But Kyle, I'm just saying. I don't. Somebody fell asleep. But all right, guys, that's going to do it for me in regards to DFS breakdown. Oh, before I go, let me give you guys my ticket for tonight's game over here on FanDuel. We're going to pull it up real quick. Super Bowl right here. Receiving props. Now, you guys already know I'm not going necessarily off the fields, but I'm going off of how I see the game going. Travis Kelce, of course, de facto, real usable player, so on and so forth, whatever. I'll take him for 60 yards because I am also going to take him for about 6 receptions. Now, you can take him for 70. You guys know my rule. I typically do 10 receiving yards for receptions and things like that, especially for tight ends because they typically do tend to get down the field and get those yards, especially someone like Travis Kelce, who does have a pretty good yards after the catch. I do like that for him. Xavier Worthy, the number 2 spot, I'm taking him for 40 receiving yards. Devontae Smith, I actually like him for 50 receiving yards in the spot because I really do think that this will be a spot that he can go off. I'm playing it safe. I'm going to take him for 50 receiving yards out over here. And then Dallas go dirt on the other side, taking him for a nice little 40 right there. Those are going to be my receiving yards. Now for the reception, Travis Kelce, you guys already know, pretty much going to go and just take these right here, and then Dallas go dart. We're gonna take them for 4. Boom, boom, boom. That's pretty much going to be my receivers and how I see the game being passed out. Now, the ticker for me, the one that I just really it's itching me. Philly's going to win this game. And the MVP is going to be none other than Saquon Barkley, and he's going out here. He's getting us at least 2 touchdowns, and he's running out there all over the Kansas City Chiefs. He's going to have over, I'd say, 110 rushing yards. But the one that I really do want to actually take for him, that I do see having upside just because he is used in the receiving game as well, I will take his rush and receiving for 110 yards just to play it safe. That right there gets you to a plus 5,564. Really great. If you were to drop 25 bucks on this, you're going to make 1,391 bucks if it does cash out. If you want to be crazy and drop a full 100, you're looking at 5K right here for that. So if you guys play that, good luck. This is going to be my ticket right here for the big game today. Enjoy the slate. Enjoy the basketball while we got it early. And then, of course, we got NFL. Last NFL game of the season. Good luck to everybody.